All right. Well, it's Mick here. I mean, yeah, this is currently the All-Star break for the MLB season. The All-Star game just got over last night, obviously. So let's talk about there. Of course, the New York Yankees. They're an All-Star break. We'll talk about them, like the other first half of the season, what grades I got for them this year so far, the first half of the year. But yeah, so let's kick it off. The Yankees, obviously, over the weekend, they won a series over the Orioles. They lost a series of the Rays, but they finally won a series. So that's good. Finally, about time the Yankees won a series. I mean, seriously, like, about time they won one. So that's a massive one, too. This team are bound for first place in the AL East. That's a huge one. So that's a way to finish out the first half of the season. The Monday night, the home run derby, to the participants, but the guy I betted, Gunnar Henderson, was the worst in there. Didn't make it to the top four. Didn't make the semis. So congratulations to Teoscar Hernandez of the LA Dodgers, who was your home run derby champion this year. And of course, last night the All-Star game belonged to the American League. Once again, the American League dominates that every year, most of the year. I mean, they lost last year, but the American League has owned that All-Star game. But Skeens, let's just talk about Paul Skeens first of all. Like the All-Star game, his performance was pretty good. Like probably pitched the inning or two, but yeah, he looked pretty good last night. He only took one pitch to end the inning against Judge. That was the last part. I mean, that's insane how that all went down. I cannot believe that happened. Paul Skeens gets Aaron Judge to ground out to 10 the first. Judge out. Give Paul Skeens credit. It's still. He's pretty much showing it so far that he's one of the elite pitchers in this league. He's only a rookie, but still, he's showing he's got a bright future ahead of him. Especially he showed against Ohtani, obviously, back in June. So, yeah, he looks pretty good this year. Paul Skeens. Eventually, I feel like he's not going to be in the Pirates for a long time, I can tell you that. I feel like this guy's going to end up somewhere like the New York Yankees. I'll be honest there. In his career. It'd be such a good pitcher for the Yankees. I'd love to see Skeens there, but who knows? If he stays Pittsburgh long term or he goes to another team like whether it's the Yankees or whether it's the Dodgers, maybe another big team like the Phillies, maybe. Wouldn't be bad. As long as he didn't end up in Houston or Boston. As long as he didn't end up there, those two teams. But the MVP of the All-Star game this year, it sucks. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it was Jared Durant of the Boston Red Sox. He looked good. I mean, he had that home run. He had the home run, though, obviously. Late in the game. Make it 5-3. Pretty much a go-ahead home run to win the game. The AL All-Stars, of course, the second half of the season starts this Friday, but let's give some grades at some teams that I've been kind of paying attention to this Yankees season. I mean, or the Yankees I pay attention to a lot, but I also pay attention to the Boston Red Sox. I mean, not really, but just, I kind of want to see them fail. I mean, the team that's really been really good to watch, too, Baltimore Orioles. Right now, we'll get in that shortly. But, yeah, Baltimore is, first place in the AL East. They've had a great season. Record-breaking home run season as well for the Baltimore Orioles. Yeah, so definitely I'd give them an A for sure. Baltimore's definitely World Series contender along with the Yankees and along with the Dodgers. I mean, Cleveland, I'd say they're up there, but I'm not sold on them still. They always find a way to choke in the playoffs. The Phillies are definitely a World Series contender. So are the Dodgers. Let's start with the Yankees. What year they've had? I mean, they start out, sweeping the Astros the first series of the year. I was like, okay, this is a great start. I mean, beating the Astros right away. Then they won 2 out of 3 against the Diamondbacks. They won 2. They want to get out of series to start the year. They were looking good most of the season, like first half of the year. We swept Detroit, which bragging rights for me. We won both our series against the Astros. We won against the Astros again in May. Could have swept them again. We only lost to Houston one time. And did well at West. But then I think we really started struggling against the Boston Red Sox. That's when all hell breaks loose. That's when they started, going on a slump for a while, like losing series after series. They started losing the Red Sox. That's when it started struggling back in Father's Day weekend. That's when it all started. Then it got worse with Baltimore. They lose to Atlanta, too. And you get swept by the Mets. Are you kidding me? To the Mets. I mean, are you kidding me? Why would you get swept by the Mets? Then split with the Blue Jays. Okay, you didn't lose a series there, but they lost a good amount of the series. Then you get swept by a poverty franchise like the Reds. I know you guys been hearing this a lot lately, but it just blows my mind. Like, how that happens. I mean, just drives me insane. Then you lose those series to the Red Sox. Then you lose in Tampa Bay, but they finally won over the Orioles. But okay, I get it. You go through slumps as long as they don't do it late in the season. But they finally won a series. Let's hope it continues this Friday. They got the Tampa Bay Rays, a 4-game series, Friday to Monday. And yeah, then they got the New York Mets, which we'll talk about more about next week. And then they have Boston and Philadelphia. We'll definitely talk more about the Yankees-Red Sox series next week. For sure, no doubt. We'll talk about them for sure. So that was my first half of the season about the Yankees. Red Sox, I hate to say it, but they were peaking at the right time. They started out, oh my God, they're going to be bad. But then Boston started just really red hot since June. Winning 2 series against us, winning against other good teams. But still, this Boston team looks dangerous right now. But it's going to be a tough way to start the second half of the season. They go to LA to play the Dodgers right away. It's like, In Rockies, you should win. But then you got the Yankees, which, yes, they may have had their number, but Yankees do better late in the season most of the time. Second half of the season most of the time. Except last season. But yeah, Boston looks good. They'll probably at least make the wild card. Tampa Bay, I mean, I've kind of seen them, but they're up and down. They could possibly make the playoffs, but I just don't see it. Tampa Bay, they're gonna miss it this year. Toronto's having a bad year. I should have for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and like Bo Bichette, just go back to those good players. Had to deal with a bad season. The thing is, they got a good division, but just Toronto's having a bad year. I'm not used to seeing the Blue Jays go down like that. I'm just not used to seeing it. Because Blue Jays are always up in the mix, trying to battle for a playoff spot and all that. But they have really struggled. Been a bad first half of the season for them. But that was the American League East side of things. The Guardians, they've looked phenomenal. I mean, yes, they were mediocre last year. I mean, they missed the playoffs and all that, but they look pretty good this year. They've been looking pretty good so far. I mean, lead the Central, but of course, yeah, most teams are good, but except the Tigers and the White Sox, but it's kind of competitive. The Twins are not that far behind them, and Kansas City's kind of creeping in the mix a little bit. The Royals, yeah, the Guardians look phenomenal. They look like a good year. They're one of the best in the AL for sure. We'll see how they do the second half of the year. Minnesota, yeah, we talked about them. They're pretty good this year. The Yankees won both series over them, but they're not that bad. The Twins are not that bad this year. They've got some good talent. They're always a contender. Battle for the Central Division. Kansas City's been one of my biggest surprise teams this year. The Royals, they've been a big surprise. They're battling for a playoff spot. But yeah, it's only first half of the season, but they look pretty good this year. Starting with Bobby Witt Jr. And of course, Salvador Perez, he's been the longest tenured Royal. He's still there. I hope Kansas City makes the playoffs over Boston. I do not want to see the Red Sox make the playoffs. I hope Kansas City makes it, but Detroit, same old, but a little bit better, I'd say. They're still kind of in the mix for the wild card, but they're playing a little bit better. I mean, as long as, like Uncle Mike said, he wants to have at least 70 or 80 wins. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Detroit make the playoffs either. That's another team I kind of would love to see make it, but they're so far behind the wild card standings. They're only 7 games behind, but you never know. And the White Sox are obviously the worst team in baseball. 71 losses, 27 wins. That's bad. I don't know what's happened. They used to have studs on their team like Tim Anderson, like Jose Abreu. I mean, I don't get it. What the hell happened to them? They used to be the thing is, they were a World Series contender in the COVID year, but still, they used to be good, but then they let everyone go. It's not the same White Sox team. They are just terrible. They are just a poverty franchise. I mean, this is bad for Chicago sports in general. All their teams are just bad. Not as bad as the White Sox, but oh my God, like Blackhawks are terrible. Like, it's a tough time to be a fan out in the city of Chicago for sure. Like support Chicago teams, it's a tough time for them. So yeah, that's the Central Division. That's kind of a bad division, but 3 teams are battling to win the Central and all that. But teams that can make the playoffs. Let's move on to the NL West. This is kind of a surprise. The Mariners are leading it right now, but the Astros are coming right back. I mean, they're 1 game behind for first place in the West. I thought they may miss it, but now they're playing better. They're peaking at the right time, and they got the Mariners this weekend. The Astros do, so that's gonna be a huge series for first place in the AL West. The World Series champs Rangers having a down year, but only 5 games behind. They could have a chance. That division's wide open this year. It's kind of bad. Then of course, then you got the other 2 teams, the Angels and the A's. They both suck. Not surprised. Trout can't stay healthy. Trout has got to get the hell out of Anaheim. He's got to get the hell out of the Angels. I mean, I got respect for him staying loyal to them, but man, he's got to go to New York Yankees or stay in the city of LA, but go to the Dodgers with his teammate Ohtani. But I got to give him credit. He's still fun to watch, even if he's on the Angels. It just sucks he can't stay healthy. It's been like that his whole career. I can't just blame on the Angels. He's been like that even when he's in his prime. Trout is can't stay healthy ever. Yeah, Mike Trout can never stay healthy. I don't know what his deal is. Yeah, so Trout, yeah, we'll see his future holds with the Angels. I just feel up for the guy. So yeah, the Angels are bad. A's, same as usual, poverty franchise. Of course, they're getting ready to move to Vegas soon, so Oakland will no longer have any sports teams. Probably maybe college level. I don't know, maybe not, but Oakland's. They already lost the Warriors, they lost the Raiders, and now the A's are about to leave. So Oakland, that's the only professional team they got left, and they're done. They'll be moving to Vegas. Let's move on to the National League side of things. Let's start with the East. The Philadelphia Phillies were definitely one of the favorites to win the National League this year. But then again, they could choke the place. But the thing is, this is a Phillies team that was just in the World Series a couple seasons ago. Bryce Harper, yeah, I can't stand his ego, but still a good player, don't get me wrong. But also can be lazy sometimes. The thing is, he won't want him out. It's the team that called him out and he got mad at him when he played for Washington. The thing is, the first year he left Washington, the Nationals won a World Series. That was when 19-year-old Juan Soto, who's not a Yankee now, but won a World Series as a 19-year-old for the Nationals. But yeah, this Phillies team's pretty good. They got Trey Turner as well. They also got Alec Boehm, who was just in the home run derby. They got some good pitching, too. They start with Aaron Nola, no doubt. Zach Wheeler, he's the other great pitcher. I saw him play in Binghamton when they used to be the Binghamton Mets. Not the Rumble Ponies, but yeah, I got to see him pitch in Binghamton in the minors. I watched a Binghamton Mets game a long time ago. I've seen him in action. Now, he's one of their stud pitchers. And Castellanos, I forgot. Now, Castellanos is good. They got some good players. Schwarber, yeah. So this Phillies team is legit. There's no doubt. They got the dip. But we'll see how it goes. And Atlanta Braves, they're still good, but they're having a rough year without. Once again, Acuna can't stay healthy. Yeah. But they got some good players. They got Ozuna. They also got, obviously, Ozzy Albies. They've lost some good players, just injuries-wise. But still, they're still a good team. They got d'Arnaud. Chris Sale's been a good pickup for the Braves. They got some good pitching there. So, yeah, Atlanta's still a good, solid team. Not the same as they were when Freddie Freeman left, but still, they're still solid. They're always a playoff contender. They're always in the playoffs. The New York Mets, well, they're okay, but they're not that good. Let's be honest there. So, yeah, the thing is, they were on a winning streak for a while because they had Grimace throughout the first pitch. Then they're starting to struggle a bit again. They still got Pete Alonso, obviously. They still got Bader. Well, Bader's good. They got some decent players, but just they can't show it. They even got JD Martinez. How come this Mets team is still garbage? Just mediocre. But then the other two teams suck, obviously. The two worst. Nationals they're okay. Not the same since Soto left, and same as some other good players like Bryce Harper. But the thing is, they won a World Series without Harper, so they can say that they'll enjoy that. The Miami Marlins, they're one of the worst in the league as well. That's another bad franchise. That's the East. The Brewers, well, they've always been a solid team. Christian Yelich starts with him. And they got some good pitching, too. They got some guys that can pitch. Yeah, Yelich is obviously a franchise guy. They're always in the playoffs. But the St. Louis Cardinals, I like them this year. They're okay. They're not a bad team. They're bound for a wild card. A team I really like in the National League to make the playoffs, one of the teams I like making the wild card, is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Because Paul Skeens, it would just boost viewers if you want to see Skeens pitching in the playoffs. Yeah, Pirates might be fun to watch again if they really are good. Because I mean, Paul Skeens is must watch. That's why they watch Pirates games more. The views gotten more for the Pirates this year. The Cincinnati Reds, yeah, they're still in the mix, but still, I mean, they did sweep the Yankees. They had a good, they're okay. You know, of course, D. La Cruz has been he's fun to watch too. He's another young player that's really good. Jonathan India, he's been there for a while. He's starting to become their veteran. And Steven's been there for a while. Tyler Stevenson, he's been there for a while. Yeah, they got some good guys in there. Cincinnati's okay. Cubs are not that bad. The thing is, it's kind of competitive in the Central, like trying to get the wild card. And the thing is, the Cubs gave up 9 runs in the first inning this past Saturday. How does that happen? Well, yeah, they're having a bad. Yeah, they're okay. But the West, the last division, the LA Dodgers, they're good. They're definitely still the same old, but they're a little overrated in my opinion. I mean, they got Ohtani, he's good, but they got a home run derby champion now, Teoscar Hernandez. They got Freeman, they got all the talent, but they're overrated. Too overrated, but they're good for Ohtani, at least on a winning team for once. But yeah, it's all right. But Dodgers, I think, are still overrated. I think they won't make the World Series. Let's be honest there. I think they won't make it this year in the World Series. The Diamondbacks have been up and down this year. They're having a kind of a rough year. And they're 49-40. At least have a winning record, but then again, the Diamondbacks do on the second half of the season. They got all the way to the World Series last year. This is the same Diamondbacks team that was just in the World Series. I mean, Corbin Carroll's not the same Corbin Carroll we saw last season. Let's start with that. I'll start with him. He's definitely the leading batting average right now is Ketel Marte. So yeah, this ain't the same Corbin Carroll we've been seeing. Well, his average is 212 still, but he still can catch up. But it's ain't the same guy. Padres up and down too here. Like the West is kind of weak. The only good team is the Dodgers. Diamondbacks made all the World Series last year. I shouldn't say that, but they're having a bad year. So yeah, the Padres, okay, yeah, they lose Juan Soto. That's a big. I mean, now he's with a Yankee. Of course, he still got Machado, but Machado's always been a jerk. But he's a good ball player. And the Giants, up and down. I think Judge will never regret not going to that place. I think I never went to the Giants because he would regret it if he went to the Giants. And the Rockies, were one of the worst in the league as well. They're very terrible. No doubt about that. Those are your first half of the season grades. But now let's get into softball now. Over the weekend, yes. The thing is, long story there. We were showing guys because everyone was on vacation. So we got a lot of substitutes. I want to thank all the substitutes who came out and played. But hey, they gave it a good effort. They gave it their all. At least we can get to play this time, though. But we lost 7-1-6 Fitness. Lost both games. Tough one, but hey, they'll get back at it this Friday. When we take on, obviously, the Allegheny Mountain Men, which the last time we played, we split. It was under lights as well, but it'll be under lights again. So it should be a good matchup. It'll be evenly matched, honestly. It all depends how it's going to happen. Just how many guys we have, but I think really split or maybe win both. But Allegheny Mountain can hang with us. I mean, Allegheny Mountain beat us the last time we played them. They're all right. They got a good group. I mean, it starts with Ricks. He's pretty good. He can hit the home runs. That's the thing. That man can just hit dingers all day. I got some guys got some speed too. But we'll see how it goes this Friday night on the lights. But we'll see. But last night, our Tuesday night softball, Mickey's, came up a bit short. We almost beat Bizarro team once again. Lake the Park. We almost beat them again. Things we were down as much as 9 and came back. I mean, they hung in there. But the other day, they got the Bizarro's team. Give it to credit, and then they got their bats going. They were looking like the better team. But the thing is, we hung in there. I know we could beat them, but just they caught. I mean, they were hitting the ball better. They were out hitting us for sure. There's no doubt about that. But of course, Mickey's next week will finish the regular season off this upcoming Tuesday against Believers Chapel. That is the only team in that league they've yet to beat. I think Believers Chapel could possibly win the league this year, the Tuesday league for softball. So yeah, that's a very good team. Obviously, Overfell's run that team. He's been doing it for so long. So Believers Chapel's a good softball team. They could probably win the Tuesday night slow pitch league. Friday night, I could say Park would. They are really loaded Pizza King, those two teams. But yeah, regular season's coming to an end this coming Tuesday plus Tuesday night for the Wooden Bat League. But the Metal Bat League will go on to like August. And playoffs will do it the next day after that. Like the beginning of August. Hello?
Hello, we had the chance to delete in the division.
We had a chance, but hey, we can do it. We can do it again this weekend because we got the Rays, got another division opponent. We can try to get some wins. And hopefully, Baltimore loses some games along the way.
And that was Soapy's fault, right?
Right. We should have won. We should have won Sunday.
Have you been watching the RNC?
I've been watching parts of it, but I've been kind of watching the All-Star game last night. And tonight, I probably will tonight because there's nothing good on tonight.
DJ, I'm at Vance.
Oh, yeah. Our vice president.
And do you know some Steelers YouTubers?
Not really.
I just partnered her up with a Steelers YouTube channel.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know some Steelers YouTube channels?
Nah, not really. I mean, I don't follow that much Steelers like YouTube stuff. I mean, I follow like their highlights, but not like YouTubers.
Good. So I'm partnering up with a guy. I forgot his YouTube channel. And what a lot of people are saying the Bills. Did you see the brand that I used because their trade?
Yeah, I saw that today. So he'll be leaving for the 49ers. That's a big NFL news today. So we'll find out what Ayuk wants to do with his future. Whether he wants to go to Pittsburgh, whether he wants to go to Buffalo or another team, who knows?
Where do you see him going?
I mean, as much as I want him, I feel like we were not going to afford him. So I feel like he's ended up going to Steelers.
If you lose to the Steelers, they can win the division.
I mean, if Ayuk goes, they're definitely winning the division, no doubt now.
What about the Bengals?
Bengals, T. Higgins is about to leave. T. Higgins, I mean, they can't get a long-term contract, so he's starting to request a trade. He's going to leave Cincinnati.
What do you think will happen to if T. Higgins and T. Higgins and who's the other one?
Oh, like Ayuk was another one?
No, with the Bengals, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
That duo is going to be broken up. Yeah, if that happens.
What would it be like if they both leave the Bengals?
That would be a train wreck for the Bengals if that happened. I feel like Jamar Chase is going to stay because he's college teammates with Joe Burrow from LSU and all that.
And how do you think about a wrestler for the Bills?
I think I like to see what he does, though, especially in the preseason. Let's see training camp. I can't wait to see what he does in the football field preseason, our first game against the Bears.
And do you see him making the team?
He might have a chance, but we'll see how the rest of the defense plays and all that. See how the rest of the players who want it more. But I would like to see him. Honestly, have a chance in the NFL.
When does training camp start?
I think it starts like probably late in July.
And Tiger Sports is coming and Tua's Daddy.
He got the facts all wrong. Allen owns the Dolphins. Ever since he came to Buffalo, he beat the Dolphins even in his rookie year.
And he doesn't have the Bills going 8 or 9.
Is that what he got?
No. Maybe that's what he has us as.
Oh, let me guess, like a 5 or 6 win team.
He has us 0-17.
Well, he's definitely on something for sure. He's probably just doing it as a joke or something, but There's no way in hell they're gonna go winless.
Do you see any NFL teams that to go 0-17 this year?
Either maybe the Panthers, but I just don't see it. I just don't see a winless team.
What should I tell my Patriots fans if they go 0-17?
Like, oh, it looks like you really miss Belichick now, and Brady and all them.
Did you see that? Did you see that? Bill Belichick might come to Buffalo.
I mean, I don't see it honestly. I feel like Buffalo hates him. And like the fans, probably don't want to be around that.
Who do you see replacing Sean McDermott if we fire him this season?
Oh goodness, I don't know. I mean, I would like to see Belichick, but I mean, maybe get Pete Carroll out of retirement from the Seahawks.
The one from Tennessee would be nice.
Oh, Vrabel?
Yeah.
I would like him too. I like his style of coaching.
Or Joe Brady.
That could possibly be, but I think we'll be fine. I think McDermott will prove a lot of critics wrong this year. Like even his Bills team will. Everyone's counting us out. We'll see. Let's take it one game at a time.
And how do you see us doing? Which one against the Cardinals?
I think we should win that game, but then again, we thought we were going to beat the Steelers either the one year we played in the first game of the year, but we lost them. So we just got to take every game seriously, including bad teams now.
What would it be like if we lost the Steelers on the Cardinals from Hail Mary?
Oh, if that happens again, I don't know what to think. I saw it once. It just, oh man, it gives me PTSD. Still thinking of that.
And do you see the Bills? Do you think the Bills can do 13-3?
I think they have a chance. I think they could. We'll see how they do. I mean, take it one game at a time.
Remember what happened? Remember what happened to all the bad wide receivers when they went to Buffalo?
Right.
What happened to them?
We made the playoffs.
And was Cole Beasley always good before he came?
He was good. He was good in Dallas. I mean, he was good back then. John Brown was pretty good during the 2019 season.
What wide receivers did we turn around?
I think we turned Cole Beasley around for sure. I mean, he was already good, but he really got better. He was really elite for the Bills.
Where does Cole Beasley play now?
I think he's retired.
And do you remember when we resigned him again?
I thought we were going to keep him again. Nope. Short term. He was like a practice squad guy.
Was he good?
He was still making big catches. He was kind of huge in the Dolphins snow game.
And whoever says the Bills are going to be bad without Dave Davis, Josh Allen went to the playoffs with Cole Beasley and John Brown.
That's the thing. Like Josh done it before, but I like these receivers this year. I still really like him, especially with Valdes Scantling, Shakir. He was clutch, especially in that Steelers game and some other games he had. The Jets won too. That's another one.
And do you remember my best friend Andrew Emerton?
Yeah.
I told him to pick any random NFL team.
Oh, like first favorite?
Yeah, but that's what he said.
Who's he get?
He said Miami.
Oh no.
I told him not Miami Dolphins.
Yikes.
And you know what he likes Miami for?
Why?
The colors.
Oh, okay.
What should I tell him?
It's like they get their ass kicked by the Bills every year.
And do you think does the AFC East have a daddy?
Yeah, they do. And the daddy's name is Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
And watch Josh Allen lead the Buffalo Bills to the AFC conference round this year.
I think you can do it. It's just we've got to make sure everyone stays healthy this year. That's been our problem. We can't stay healthy as well.
Do you have a voice recorder?
No, I mean not right now.
Do you have paper and pen near you?
No.
But mark my words. The Buffalo Bills are going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs in the division round this year and go to the AFC conference round.
I'll remember that.
And if I'm wrong, I will run around my backyard with my underwear if I'm wrong.
I'll talk to you later.
Hey,
Go Bills. All right, now let's talk the biggest topic. Like Cobra Kai comes out tomorrow, but this is a little different compared to like most of the Cobra Kai seasons. I don't know if anyone knows, like anyone ever heard of it, but if anyone's never heard of it, you better watch seasons 1 through 5 already. I mean, the first season came out back in 2018. This one used to be on YouTube Red, like a YouTube Premium or something like that. Yeah, that's what it used to be on. The first 2 seasons was on YouTube. Then, yeah, they were pretty good. I mean, it all started season 1. Like Johnny, just can't get over the past. He was turning an alcoholic. He was drinking every time. Like it was a mess. That was all in his head still. He never moved on to it, so it just kept going job to job. So his life was different. Ever since he lost the tournament. And Daniel LaRusso, of course, owning the top dealership in the valley, car dealership in the valley. He's definitely that's what he became. So he turned out all right. Like I got after the Karate Kid movies and all that. So then the main character, like other than Johnny and Daniel, like Miguel, I think it was Miguel Diaz. He was a nerd at first, he's getting picked on and all that. All of a sudden, Johnny opens up the dojo. Before he opens the dojo, he beat up a bunch of Kyler's bullies that night because he saw them. Of course, got near his car, and Johnny said, "Watch the car, man." Oh yeah, he started beating all the bullies up, and he gets arrested. Oh yeah, that's when Cobra Kai came back. That's when Johnny brings the dojo back, trains Miguel, and he starts getting more students each time. And it just kept growing. And after they won the All Valley at the end of season 1, Daniel decided to open back up Miyagi-Do in season 2. Him and Robbie were training. Robbie Keane, who was Johnny Lawrence's kid, Johnny gave up. Johnny pretty much never had the best relationship with, I heard. She just, had a tough, couldn't get over a lot of stuff in the past, just had a tough time after losing the All Valley back in the 80s. So, yeah. It just gets crazy. Then finally Sam, after breaking up first just Kyler, then Miguel, she joins Miyagi-Do. Oh, yeah. And of course, Cobra Kai already got big. That's when Kreese returned in season 2. Kreese came back. Johnny didn't trust him at first. Then he all of a sudden just starts trusting him again after a while. He thought Kreese actually apologized, but it was, at the end of the day, it was all bullshit. Johnny had enough of it, so he kicked him out, and then late in the season 2. So, yeah. After the big school fight, we thought, oh, God, they're going to kill off Miguel. Nope. He survived the coma and all that in season 3, so we'll see how, that's how it played out. And then, Johnny stopped with Cobra Kai because Kreese found a deal with the landlord. So, yeah. So, Kreese got Cobra Kai back. And Johnny didn't want to be part of it, so, yeah. And focus on rehabbing Miguel. And Daniel had just such a hard, seriously, Daniel just had a rough time in season 3. Closing down Miyagi-Do, because he was getting so much backlash. Because, it was Robbie who kicked Miguel. It was his student who kicked the Cobra Kai student over the balcony and all that. So, yeah, that was insane that season. And season 4, of course, season 3 also Johnny opened up his own dojo. Now it's Eagle Fang. Finally, Daniel and Johnny try to go past the differences and team up. So they take down Kreese and Cobra Kai. But Kreese brings back Terry Silver. He's easily the best villain in this series. No doubt Terry Silver is. Season 4, oh yeah, the All Valley once again. Then of course, Johnny and Daniel have both their dojos combined. Then you have, Robbie, who it was a plot twist, joins Cobra Kai. That was insane. So it gets crazier. Like Johnny and Daniel couldn't get along. They finally, after a while, Johnny's like, you know what, we're done. So He brings back Eagle Fang, just Eagle Fang, so they're separate dojos again. And of course, Terry and John Kreese, they had the advantage. But then they had some issues. They had some tensions between each other because the beginning of season 4, Terry Silver didn't want to come back. Kind of John Kreese manipulated him to get him to come back. Let's be honest there. And Terry Silver turns from his badass self, master manipulator, just, oh yeah, brings that evil side of him back. That was missing from a long time since the third Karate Kid movie. But they had tensions. But episode 8 was the biggest plot twist. When Terry Silver got drunk after beating up Johnny Lawrence, and Kreese was not happy about it. Like mad at Terry for that. So Terry gets drunk, and then Stingray walks into the dojo. And of course, Ass wants to be back in Cobra Kai. Terry starts beating the hell out of Stingray and frames John Kreese for it. Yes, they won the All Valley. Cobra Kai did. They won the whole thing. But the bad part is the Tori Nichols and Stan LaRusso fight. Terry Silver pays the referee. That was another plot twist too. Along with the Stingray incident and all that stuff. That was huge. But then last episode, Kreese, the cops came to Silver's house. Oh yeah, the cops came to Silver's house, and Sean Kreese like, "What did you do?" Thought Terry Silver did it, but of course Silver frames Kreese. Kreese ends up going to jail. So they saw the Stingray, even though it was Silver who did it. That was wild. So that happened, and Miyagi-Do had to close. Johnny Lawrence had to stop teaching his dojo. It was bad. Since Miguel, after the Olive leaves the country, cross the border, goes to Mexico to find his real father, who he was, and all that. So that was another crazy one. And Chosen, of course, comes back, wants to help Daniel take down Cobra Kai. Bringing us season 5, the last season we had, like the recent one before the new one comes out tomorrow. It all started, Chosen staying at the LaRusso residence. And Amanda was not pleased with Daniel bringing Chosen with him. Because she thought for sure, after that all this drama would be over. But nope, he just didn't trust Silver. He knows what Silver did to him back in the 80s. That happened. And, of course, Robbie and Johnny, they finally work up their issues. They were coming to Mexico to find Miguel. That happens. After they come back from Mexico, of course, Johnny and Chosen try to find a plot to take down Silver. A lot of things didn't work. Of course, let's start with, Chosen act like he was trying to get a job at Cobra Kai, but was just trying to outsmart Silver. It was going good for a while, then he slipped up and Silver finally realized it. So that happened. Oh, yeah. But then they finally realized that didn't work. Then Johnny and Daniel realized they had to find an old friend of Silver's, which was Mike Barnes. They bring Mike Barnes back in season 5, so he comes back. So after that happened, of course, Silver ends up burning, Mike Barnes' store, because after the tournament, he couldn't find somebody who finally had a job at a furniture store. He was owning the furniture store with his wife. It was originally his father-in-law's, but yeah. Terry burns that down and just, oh my goodness. I forgot about that. Terry Silver did that. It was just a messed up. It was season 5 is the best season of Cobra Kai so far. We'll see how season 6 plays out, but that's insane. But then after they come back from Mexico, Carmen got a little sick. Then she finally realized she was late in her period, so they get a pregnancy test. And then Carmen gets knocked up by Johnny. Miguel, oh yeah, so we'll find out how that plays off. And of course, Miguel and Robbie, that's why Johnny was trying to get Miguel and Robbie to get along with each other for a while, because Johnny's having the baby. They're trying to get the whole one happy family. And now he's getting. And soon enough, eventually he'll eventually tie the knot with Carmen for sure. They'll eventually pop the question, but yeah, trying to get that family going. They finally fight it out. They got over their issues. It's because Daniel wanted Johnny to get back in the rivalry with Silver because Amanda left him. So finally, after a while, they all teamed up together. After Silver beat up Daniel, yeah, the first time they thought the first time they fought. So they finally got back into it. I guess late in the season they went to the prison to get Kreese, asked what Silver was up to. So it was Silver wanted to get Want to be in the biggest tournament in the world. Want to get Cobra Kai in there. So that's why he framed Kreese. Just had the turn that he wanted because John Kreese, before like back in the 80s, told him no, we're not doing the Saikai Taikai. They both dojos obviously were eligible to make the Saikai Taikai. So then the last episode was insane. The best episode of Cobra Kai might have been the last one, maybe. Like it's of season 5. That was insane. Plot twist after plot twist. Started out with, oh my God, Kreese. We thought he was dead because he got killed in prison. We thought, oh my God. We thought, oh my God, they killed off Kreese. No way. That's a big loss. And of course they're partying, and all of a sudden, Mike Barnes steals a limo with Johnny, Chosen, and Daniel in it. Because Mike Barnes, yes, Daniel got Mike Barnes involved in this, but he thought Daniel was the one who burned the store, but Daniel told the truth. It was Terry Silver. So then Johnny, Chosen, and Mike Barnes take off the limo. They go to Silver's house with Daniel, leaving Daniel hanging in the middle of nowhere. That was insane. So finally, like the kids, the students all wanted to take down Silver. Even Tori, she turned on Cobra Kai, joining the good side. It was just wild. One thing after another. Then Chosen and Terry Silver fought at the house after Johnny and Mike Barnes were taken out of the equation. We thought. Then Silver cuts Chosen with the sword. It's like, oh no, don't tell me they killed Chosen. That's what we thought. And then, yeah, Johnny kicks ass, clears the dojo. Mike Barnes backing up. So let me get to the dojo. A whole big brawl broke up between Cobra Kai and the Miyagi-Dos and the Eagle Fangs. Then Johnny comes in. I mean, not Johnny, but Daniel comes in after Stingray drops him off. They saw the group chat. Oh, yeah. It was insane. Then they finally exposed Silver, the video, some footage. And Silver gets mad. He thought, everyone listened, Cobra Kai students were listening, but nope. They know the truth about Terry Silver. They know the truth about him, how much he's a criminal and all the other stuff, how he's manipulative. Oh, yeah. Then Silver and Daniel fight once again. This time, Daniel got the upper hand. That happened, and all of a sudden, after the whole fight, Silver gets arrested. After the big brawl. Never thought we'd see the day. Silver being handcuffs. After all that, Johnny comes back in the limo after the big brawl at Silver's house. And Mike Barnes comes back, and all of a sudden we thought Chosen was dead. Nope, Chosen survives it. Chosen survives the attack by Silver. I was like, this is crazy. And then we find out, and then when Johnny said, I finally took Silver down. Hopefully him and Kreese are cellmates. Then the officer's like, John Kreese. You never know what happened. And all of a sudden, he rises. He faked his own death once again. John Kreese is known for that. That's like the 3rd or 4th time he's done it. It was insane. So the whole thing, that whole prison thing, like him getting stabbed, was pretty much a way of trying to get out of prison. So that was crazy. So what's going to happen in season 6? We know we got the Saikai Taikai Cup. We got, obviously, Johnny's baby. We got to see when that's going to happen. Or it's part 1 or part 2 or part 3. You got, Kreese out of prison now. On the loose. Oh, yeah, you got that. And you got Terry Silver now arrested and all that. What's going to happen with Terry Silver? What's going to happen with the rest of everyone? What's the future of the Cobra Kai dojo now that Silver got exposed? We'll find out what tomorrow brings. So make sure to watch season 6, Cobra Kai part 1. It's the first 5 episodes, then they'll show second part on Thanksgiving, and the third part will be some point in 2025. Make sure to watch it tomorrow. It's the last season of Cobra Kai. If you haven't seen it, go check it out on Netflix, the first 5 seasons, if you have never watched it in your life. Hope to see you guys next week on Instagram Mick as well. Enjoy your Cobra Kai. Enjoy your MLB weekend and all that stuff. We'll see you on